Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Set! Green, 39!
On 1st down, Allen. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Jake Butt, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
All right, here we go. Green, 39! Green, 39!
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run here with Ballage. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39! Green, 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Throwing now is Allen. Got his man, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos will extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Second down, Mariota. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, Mariota being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Allen now on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 37. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Over!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Muhammad Wilkerson. able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun!
Throwing is Allen on third. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he... And the Broncos get there and take him down. Stephon Anthony not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Mariota. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3rd and long here for Mariota. Dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Here's Coleman. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mariota. Forced out to his left. He'll air this one toward Coleman. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On a crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And all the way to the opposite 48. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window, Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Allen now looks to throw. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Throwing on first down is Allen, escaping the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call. If
you don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though. Hindsight's 20/20.
20/20 and never defeated.
This drive started way back inside their own 5. Now they're looking for the capper. 3rd and goal.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now this time, Allen will throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you've got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Let's go.
Mariota on 1st down. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Now Mariota. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Mariota now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. To throw Mariota. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll throw again. Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On 3rd down, Mariota got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's got this down to the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing is Mariota. His throw incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
again. Mariota on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Again, it's Mariota. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the red zone now, Mariota. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To the air again, Mariota. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Jordan Leggett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Santos with the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. Gold now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney! Detroit!
A final shot before half for Allen. Flush to his right. And it's a fumble. And the Jets have recovered. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out come the Jets. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. from the gun. Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. Now, Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Mariota to throw it. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
First down, Mariota. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brandon Marshall coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Mariota steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Mariota now. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Gun. Detroit.
Allen now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Denver has the 1st down. The play going for 15 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
10 more there and another 1st down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To the air, Allen. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
They run it with Balaj. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Balaj. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kalen Balaj, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A 1st down throw for Mariota. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Balaj. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball to protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Now Allen. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Allen going to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Jets set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Coleman now across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Mariota. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Marcus May with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The drive will commence with a run by Malage. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. He's going to air one out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Gun! All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
On play action, Allen. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jake Bunt with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Right back to him on 1st down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss